Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Cynthia Kane, and I have been thinking a lot about walking away from conversations and not feeling so good about them. So maybe you've had this experience too. Maybe you've walked away from a conversation and thought, that's not what I meant to say, or I wish I could rewind that moment. Maybe you reacted. Maybe your tone came out sharper than you intended. Maybe you said something true, but said it in a way that did not feel kind. And if that's happened to you, you are not alone. And it doesn't mean you're bad at communication. Today, I want to talk about what to say after you've said the wrong thing and how repair can be a meaningful part of mindful communication. Most of us were taught that good communicators get it right the first time, but real conversations, especially emotional ones, they don't work that way. We're human. We have nervous systems. We get tired. We get overwhelmed. We get completely burnt out. We get activated. Saying the wrong thing doesn't mean the relationship is broken. What matters most is what happens next. After we regret what we've said, we often do one of three things. We can overexplain, we can justify ourselves, or we avoid the conversation altogether. And while those reactions are really understandable, they usually don't bring relief for us or the other person. Repair doesn't require perfect explanation. All it requires is really presence and care. So the practice here is repairing without defending. Before the words, we want to pause for a moment. We know how to do that, right? If you don't, check out my book, The Pause Principle, How to Keep Your Cool in Tough Situations, or check out some of the other videos here because pausing is my jam. So we're going to notice your breath, you're going to feel your body, and you're going to let yourself settle just enough to speak from intention instead of urgency. Then choose language that does three things. One, it takes responsibility. Two, it names impact. And three, it opens the space. So here are just a few examples that you can adapt. I've been thinking about what I said earlier, and I wish I'd said it differently. What I said, it didn't come out the way that I intended, and I want to acknowledge that, or I just want to admit that. I realize my words may have landed in a way that I didn't mean. Notice how these statements, they don't argue, they don't justify, they simply acknowledge. So repair isn't about punishing yourself. It isn't about forcing forgiveness. It's about saying, I care enough to come back to this situation and acknowledge my part in it and what happened. You're not erasing what happened. You're creating a bridge forward. And sometimes that bridge, it leads to a deeper conversation. Sometimes it simply brings relief. And sometimes it's just a small moment of honesty that you can feel really proud of. All of that matters. So it's also important to remember you can offer repair, but you cannot control how it's received, which is hard. If the other person needs time, that doesn't mean you did it wrong. It means they're human too, right? They're experiencing their default reactions too. And mindful communication includes patience. It includes patience with others, and it includes patience with ourselves. If this kind of communication feels challenging, you're not failing. Remember, you are practicing. My books and audio courses go deeper into how to stay present with yourself during difficult conversations and how to repair when things don't go as planned, which will happen because we're human. I'll link those below if you'd like to explore further. And I'm continuing to answer real communication questions here. So if there's a moment you wish you could redo or a conversation you're still carrying, please leave it in the comment. Your question may help someone else feel less alone. So thank you for being here, and I will see you next week.